You often say love is a science. What do you mean by that?
People think it's a mystery, and it's not. It's actually pretty quantifiable. And I should tell you that the reason why I became interested in this area, the science of love, is because I had what I thought was such bad luck in relationships, dating so many bad boys and playboys and people that couldn't, make a commitment, and my heart was constantly being broken. And then I realized there was a common denominator in every one of my relationships.
You?
Me. I was picking them, right? And so once I learned that love is actually partly biological, partly psychological, and partly social, and that it could be broken down into components and steps, the truth is relationships aren't about luck, they're about skill. And when you have good relationship skills, you are not only attracted to more people, you're attractive to more people.
I want to go through the 3.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's start with biology. So we are wired to attract based on our genealogy. Some people call it chemistry. They don't know how to quantify it. Well, we know how to quantify it. Sometimes there are pheromones that we literally smell each other to tell if the person has a different immune system as ours. Back in our anthropological past, when we met a potential mate.
Can we go back?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's great if you're smelling somebody.
Yes.
Right? But if you
dating apps, problem there.
Yeah, I don't even know how to do that. But if you look at somebody from across the room.
Okay, that's the visual piece. So
okay.
we also have visual triggers. We know certainly that men are more visually wired than women are. Women have to be more choosy. But we also have these triggers from our past. Like I used to say, he's so hot. And weird thing is, he has kind of a voice like my dad, or he has a certain kind of walk that kind of reminds me of my dad. I was quite self-aware that I was pulling pieces of my father, who, a loving, great dad, was in the Navy and gone most of the time. So now let's get into psychology. My internal working model for love was one mixed with longing. Yeah. If I wasn't longing, it wasn't love. I didn't understand it.
That is so heartbreaking.
Love is not about finding happiness. It's actually about finding the familiar. And if our early life was filled with loss, that's what we think love is.
Because that was our model.
That was the model, right? Then we get into sociology, which is most people talk about, right? The mating marketplace. Right now, we're in a time where we have an oversupply of successful women in the mating marketplace.
Wait. One more time. An oversupply of successful women?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So the worst place for a young working woman who wants to reproduce to live would be New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, any big urban center, because she is surging ahead in her education, in her money. The men are, and I should say, the other piece of sociology is that when you put sex out into the culture in high supply, which is happening because women can now enjoy their body's pleasures for their own sake. They don't need marriage to have sex.
Right.
They don't need to market their vaginas as sign me up so you'll take care of me. And what happens to a culture when there's so much easy, free sex? Men lose ambition. Men sit at home in their mom's basement and play games and text into a hookup any night of the week. And so the women are upset because the men aren't achieving. But it's actually the preponderance of sex in the culture that's creating the loser guys. Loser in there. So my advice to those women all the way is stop going after your idea of a power man. Your idea of a power man might just be a guy who can power a stroller. Look at those blue-collar workers, those electricians and plumbers and guys who are fixing your roads who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Stop being an elitist. Start thinking about what your family needs if you want to create a healthy nest for kids.
That depressed me.
Oh, it depressed you.
That completely depressed me.
Why?
Because it's like I'm a love addict. Oh. I haven't transcended that. It's like I want to love. Mm-hmm. I want to love hard, right? I mean...
And most men do, but these women aren't choosing them because the women are thinking, I'd have to settle, or he's less than. So I'm trying to educate successful women that a good man doesn't have to be a hugely wealthy man.
You know when they settle?
When?
35 to 39.
Oh, yeah. End of fertility window, of course.
That's when they settle.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even consider the fertility window. Do you know how? I mean, that's
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
right. But do you know what I thought it was?
What?
They've gone through enough of the bullshit to where they're just like, I'll take anything right now. You look like a good deal, right? And so I had like 3 or 4 girlfriends in a row that were from 35 to 39, and they're like, okay, this guy is, okay, he kind of sucks, but whatever.
I don't think they'd be settling with you.
No, I'm telling you, they
I don't
did.
think that's settling.
They did.
But reproduction is urgent for women.
Right.
And they may not be consciously aware, but most of what we do, by the way, is completely unconscious. Right?
That's right.
We're out of time. Please subscribe on YouTube, click the thumbs up, and leave a comment. Please subscribe on Apple Podcast and Spotify and leave a rating and a review. And share the We're Out of Time podcast with others you know who will get value out of it. See you next Tuesday.